Jinja from St. Peter's Nomecha SS Jinja as ICT teacher. Last time we launched our club and it is performing really well. Our target is to see and look for the future of our students and how we can solve community problems. Then on that, we looked at how can we manage the waste at school and in the community.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Roderick is my name.
Okay.
ICT teacher from Nausana City Secondary School.
Yes.
At the Sonko District, Eastern Region. I'm very glad and privileged for this session.
Okay.
Much gratitude and pleasure to Kawa team for performing such an act. I send my sincere appreciation to the Kawa team for making it effective. Last year, third term, launching the ICT club at Nausana City Secondary School. Currently, our club is now active. It is now active, and the major reason as to why it is active, my first opinion was to integrate ICT into all the subjects in the school, and I've done my part. And ICT, as I talk now, even the students who left ICT, they are regulating us why they left ICT. Because they thought it was just a mere subject, not knowing ICT is now for life. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah.
Congo business. The teacher, female high school. I am humbled to host you here. It's the first time for me to host you. So Mr. Wamanga is saying you have ever been here before, I think with my predecessor. And this is my 4th year here. Now he has thought of coming, and I can't take that for granted. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of you for coming. There's something I really pray for blessings on people who embrace exposure. People are invited for workshops, but others shun it. In a workshop, you cannot fail to go back when you are changed. However knowledgeable you are, you cannot fail to go back when you are changed. Exposure is very key, very, very important. Exposure takes you a longer mile you would walk in your success than if you kept to yourself. Because I know it's here where you're going to network with each other. You even know each other. You wouldn't have known me if you didn't come. and I wouldn't have known you. It's only unfortunate that I missed the session for the introduction. But PIMM is a humble school, and in our humble nature, we are always open to our visitors who are coming. As you stay here, you will forgive us in case you miss, you meet certain challenges, but there will be probably manageable challenges that can be rectified. Right now we are having a challenge of water, and our washrooms may be mechanically being used. You know what I mean by mechanically. So kindly accommodate us in that way, but the facility will be available for use. National Water told us that we are on a higher altitude than the others around us. So the other ones first use the water and their tanks first fill before we get water. So we are in that kind of waiting for the others to first feed their tanks before we receive the what? The water, but we always have solution B. I want to implore you that even after this workshop, continue keeping in touch. I was a good teacher because I kept networking. I wasn't a teacher for ICT, but I learned ICT. You know, if they serve you food, there is the side dish that they normally add. ICT was a side dish for me, and it helped me a lot, very much a lot, because I networked with very many people and I improved myself. And I am what I am and where I am because of what I tapped, the good things I tapped from the colleagues that I had, and the colleagues that I interacted with. And therefore I encourage you, be open, share your ideas, ask where you don't know. You never know where you will be next time. So with that, I want to wish you a good stay in the school, and please come again.
Thank you very much, Mama, the head teacher at PIMM Girls School, for that wonderful, for the hospitality. Because definitely, if she did not accept us, probably we would have not also been here. You're welcome once again. And Mr. Omanga, thank you once again for more of these opportunities that you keep giving us. I think I'm not even very far away from whatever that she's saying. Coming together, working together, helping each other. At some point, if I do not have a skill, then I'll call someone from Chengwe, like, you know what, can you help me with this? Things become easy. When we interact, we learn more from each other. As I'm going through a few briefs and sharing, it's Mr. Wamanga next.
Thank you, Alex. I think at the beginning I need to introduce myself. My name is Morris Wamanga. I'm the national coordinator of ICT Club on the side of Kawa. And we partner with the UCC to be able to implement this. So we are saying that in this workshop, short one like this, by the end of this, we should be able to at least get some idea of how to maintain our computers in the lab. So we are saying that every patron leaves ready to act. When you go back, even if you are representing, like my brother here from agriculture, you should be able to carry a package, something written down that you're going to discuss with the patron, with the ICT department, with the head teacher, and you take action. The most important thing is action. Whenever you attend a workshop, if you go back and keep quiet for even 3 days, other programs, we are now going back for exams, I think mocks. You become so busy. So we try to see how we can be able to use simple routines to protect computers, cables, power, and the records. Number two, how we're going to activate learners, how we're going to mobilize members, build club leadership, and plan regular meetings. So we're going to have a number of activities and documents that are online. We're going to share links. Others are on Google Drives. You'll be able to share that. And then also solve common problems. Make safe first level checks before escalating technical faults. The issues of our computers in our labs are constant. So we should have a way of understanding certain common ones and how we record them down and how we're going to impact our ICT club to be helping us in this. And then by the time we leave with a plan. Today, we must live with a plan. A complete 30-day action plan and agree on follow-up reporting. In other words, we're trying to flip now. That sometimes you have been expecting us, tell us to do this and this. Now we are going to agree on what we are going to be doing so that our role is to check on you per week. What have you done this? Have you done this? We are going to have that checklist so that we check on each other on what we are doing. So I want us to say that I can confidently run my club next week. As you live here, you should be confident enough to be able to run your club and do anything with it. So she shared the plan already, and we're also trying to see how we can have some activities that are going to help us really in a way that we should be able to do something very, very serious. I think we have already done that part of the introduction. So just the overview of the ICT Club program. We are saying that the ICT clubs turn computer labs into spaces for practice, innovation, teamwork, and responsible digital skills. It must be deliberate. It has never been on its own that you set up the lab there and you have things changing. In any success story, there must be what we call deliberate intentions. There must be good intentions. You must be deliberate. You must be intentioned. The intention must be clear, written down. So our computers, much as we received them from government, they were just there. You doing a lot of teaching computer studies. Now, in order for this ICT club to be successful, there must be the intention, and that's why we're here. We must all agree that we can have tactics and strategy of moving this, using these two computers to transform. First of all, transform yourselves. That's why we call you here. Transform yourselves. There's no way you can just transform. Because that time when we met in the school, we were talking planners. But we promised that there will be a session when we meet as colleagues, and we talk about ourselves. How can we be better so that we can be able to move learners beyond theory into hands-on ICT practice? That kind of journey from theory, you know, as students do this plan for UNEB, a lot of work, there's a lot of theory. So we need to see how we can align this. I like most of you when we are talking about solving the common problems around. That is now practical. So we'd like to see how we are going to move in this area. Then number 2 is support laboratory care and responsible use of equipment. Members, for us who move around from school to school, the labs are not the same. There are labs which are very organized, and then the labs which are not. There are labs which are fair organized. Just like you know offices, or even homes. You may find somebody's sitting room, which is the same store where maize is kept in the corner there, and also on the table there, sometimes the chicken may be staying in there. And yet there are some other rooms, but he says, my chicken should be inside here. So you find that there is a fridge the other side. So you have not organized yourselves. Until there is a standard, which we are talking in your schools, we are talking about set a standard. Have your 5S there, a certain order, that this is how I arrange my lab. So we are going to have this acceptable standard so that every time we check on each other, we come to check on you. By the way, for us when we are coming, we are not coming like inspectors. No. We're just we are empowerment. We are coming to empower you. You see, can we have this order? Can we have this order? Yes, there's a lab where I visited, and it is used as a store. All the new curriculum projects are there. Remember, there are those who are making these rings for using dry rings. Yes. These rings called enkata, the rings for from banana fibers. Yes. They had made those, I think, for agriculture. And I think for 3 or 4 years ago, all are kept there. Then there are those who are doing this project to do with, I think, dustbins. They are using sticks to make dustbins. And all of them were kept there. So it was now becoming an environmental issue. That is the lab. There is another lab where they keep materials like this, I think tents. They have tents in the school. All of them are kept there. So you find that you are struggling with that kind of space. But I'm telling you, after this training, be clear, tell the school leader that these computers you see here, these are like living things. If you don't keep them well, you know, as the living things, as the gentlemen, ladies, our life depends on what we eat, isn't it? And what we drink, isn't it? So when you inhale, like those who smoke or those who, if you take in bad substances, you will fall sick, isn't it? So in the same way, when these computers take in a lot of dust, viruses, a lot of heat, a lot of, even in the odor, of course they will start falling down, falling sick. And their falling sick is not like one day when you just enter there and find the computers not working. No. It goes gradually, in a gradual way. I was also a head of department, and one of the key things which we would face is you see these ones, these cables, isn't it? When you force it carelessly, of course they'll bend, and that's just the beginning. Computer 1, this one will be bent. Okay, then you start reporting. But when you tell your learners from day one that this box here, each one takes a color, isn't it? And it's very important. These are precautionary measures before they break them, so that when somebody is fitting in, because what causes this is that this way will fit in without even looking there. Okay, that you are kafuru, just fix without even looking there, and then you end up this one bending. When it bends, what will happen? One color will be missing, isn't it? Yes, and then you say, computers are getting problems. So members, prevention is now very, very important. So we are talking about support laboratory care and responsible use of equipment. So in your sessions, we want to have sessions for lab maintenance, not repair as such, but let's start with maintenance. What is the order? How do you arrange them? Do you have a book where you report, where the learners report? Because if one computer broke down, but if you have not reported it, because there are many, again you will come and that will look, but which one? So anything small that breaks down, we report. Yeah, but they also say we are going to build a network, build a team, leadership, creativity, and problem solving. So we want to build a team here. In fact, like Anik said, the ICT club should start with us. Why don't we be you and us, okay? Why don't we be the members of ICT club? Where we talk as adults, but we are members of the club. Is there a club where you belong as adults? Another club where you belong, not ICT, but is there a club where you are active? Any member who is active in the club? Yes, right here.
I'm in the science club also.
Oh, you're in the science club?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So that's very good. So you have activities that you do. Yeah. But okay, for me as an adult, I belong to Rotary Club. We have the Source of the Nile Club, and we meet every Thursday evening. So what happens there is that we discuss issues. We have issues of the year. So every month we have like literacy month. We can have like maybe like responding to these challenges of Ebola. We meet. So you as a club, you should be able to. I'm saying starting from us here, because we talk to you as club members, isn't it? I'm just trying to bring something in new members. That much as we have a club for learners, isn't it? But let's start from ourselves being friends, being friends as a club, that we know each other, we support each other. Then we push it now to the learners, so that they build that teamwork, they build the leadership, they remain creative, and also problem solving. Those are the things we like to see. Yeah. And then also encourage inclusive participation of girls, the boys, the beginners, and advanced learners. Very important point here. Advanced learners. Do you have some learners in the school who are advanced? Who know a little more than? Those guys will always be there. They are not even good even in other subjects. But when it comes, somebody can tell you, I'm in programming. There are so many things. I met one student in a school, I'm testing Madam, Maike Hill. Yes, there's a boy who followed me there. I think he came from Corolla State or one of the schools there. Yes, he's interested in things which are far, far beyond what we know. Every time he's telling you, I can do this, I can do this. So in the moment you have that one, give that one work now. Let him pour all that he knows to the rest. So that's what I'm calling inclusive. Beginners are there, but you have advanced what? Learners. Creating the club that identify those who know, even those who are passionate, those who are fast learners. Let them be able to support these other ones. Play the role of facilitator. As ICT club leader, as a patron, play the role of facilitator. Don't get so much involved in you, the one who is the. I always say the coach in football does not play. Yes, he can simply moderate. Okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, and let the learners work out. Give them tasks. The good thing is that now we are living at a time where we are very lucky. There's that brother of ours. That brother of ours online. Well, check there and we'll tell you. Yes, those days we used to talk about Google. That Google, but now Google I think is even the word is not. You say Google it, no. Yes. So once you have AI, isn't it? That is the brother there. Simply type there. Or you simply talk on your phone that my ICT club here is active, that we would like to have some activities on this, and they will guide you. So keep giving them, because as teachers of ICT, you never have that time. Mr. Mzada, I think you see. Because you are the one, I remember when I was in ICT as a teacher and the patron, the cable is, the printer is not working in the head teacher's office or whatever. You can be requested to go and give support. As you are coming out, then there are this software for reports. Reports, there's one for fees, there's a lot, and you also have a load as a teacher. Okay? And in most cases, as the teachers, you also don't do one thing. Sometimes you get out there and you even switch off your phone, then you go and do something somewhere else. So a lot of this. So we like to see that we take our learners to that level, and then also produce visible school outputs. Visible school what? Outputs. Posters. I don't know who is very far, but every place I've gone, at least there is a near center where you can get a color printer, isn't it? At least members print something in the color and put it in the wall in your computer lab. I did not see a lab where they should have talking walls. You have your children in primary. You go to primary school and say, good primary school, and you say, learning is visual learning. Yeah. Put there something on the wall, make it in color, okay? They tell you 1,000, or make it A3, okay? And here I'm going to talk even about how this Canva, login Canva, if you have a challenge, maybe we can share. There's a provision for schools now, Canva for schools, where you don't pay. They can give you some free, but even the free one can help you to come up with something that you can be able to do. So those posters, then maybe reports, presentation notices, and others. But also projects that are required. Right now, the National Conference on Communications is on, NCC is on. There's still opportunity for you to shine. At least let your learners come up with something. They'll be recognized. It's important, members. What are you known for in the school? What is, apart from the school performing well or maybe good results or whatever, and also getting distinctions, what else is coming from your school? So your school can be known for an app which has come up. And somebody mentioned a prototype, okay? You know, ICT things, sometimes they may not be working fully, okay? But let's come out that electoral commission app, the app for managing elections, test it with the prefects, okay? Even if it doesn't work, after all, those of the electoral commissions have even failed, where they have spent 11 billion. Yeah, so don't be shy that maybe our app will not work. No, we have seen even the microphone when you come to talk even at assembly. The system failed to work. It fails to work. So this thing of saying maybe they'll laugh at you. No, let the learners come up with it. Even if they want to say they want to make a robot which will be moving around, let them be on it. They learn that code, they try something there, and they can be able to move. So this is what I wanted to introduce. And I'd like to end it. I'm going to invite Paul Mboya to take us in the next part. But in my ending, I'm just saying, from here, we'd like to go back and move our learners beyond the theory into hands-on ICT practice. Now, the practice is not for you, Nebu. No. This is something for transformation, transform the community. You don't need a lot of physical equipment. It's simply writing a code using that HTML. Even if you are using Notepad, you are writing a smaller code that can do something and announce it. Even if you did something with Notepad, come and say our learners have done. We are going to give a platform, I think, every week. We want to do every week, at least weekly, where we talk about our things, okay? And we want to create a platform where learners are the ones talking, so that those in the other school who are very good will speak and the other ones will listen. And I know learners always don't want to be challenged so much. When they see the other school is ahead, they're also going to go back and work very, very hard. Yes, I remember when we were learners and we would go for a seminar, you want to be the one to say, we feel you. So let these club members be active and do that. But also, make sure that your club, as you go back like this, members, next week, let there be that project which you can share in this conference. We are going to give you, we are the ones managing this other side of secondary. Let your school be known. Let your district, you are the only one representing your district. How can Silongo? Yes, how can Silongo end up the whole year? You have a club, and you have a big Murue there, and you have big head teacher. Your lab is so good, you have internet, and the year ends, you have not brought even a quarter, a project. So I'm saying the project doesn't have to be big, Yeah, doesn't have to be big. Actually, I met somebody in Dar es Salaam who told me that even a mere PowerPoint, you have digitized it, okay? Next time, that PowerPoint, you can maybe change and make it an animation on that PowerPoint, isn't it? Maybe you can even change and make a cartoon on it. You are improving, isn't it? Maybe from there you can improve it to another level. Next time will be, it was formerly PowerPoint, but now it is this. For example, sensitizing the villagers, okay? The community members. What do you need? Don't you need just PowerPoint? And the learners talking? And our learners are so good talking. Talk. So make something that can be, for example, a project to do with ICT in the community. ICT for rural. ICT for rural, the expert is here. So ICT in the community, turning something that can help everything. You can even do just a mere, our learners have invited the members in the community to come to our lab and they have trained them, okay? We record that. It's a very big achievement. Everyone will be happy with what you have done. So smaller things first. And then we should be able to go to another level where we shall be talking about other roles, okay? Paul, pick it up from here. Acid patron's role, take us beyond that. Thank you.
Not to be done. He keeps you going. And me personally, I'm here because of him. So I really want to appreciate him. He talked about the NCC, but my prayer is that, or my request, there is a platform for learners, but there is also a platform for patrons also. Where, what can you also do? The conference papers you can write. The other side is the project, but even we, the facilitator, because he talked about that the coach does not mean that you know how to play. You can be the coach, but you don't know how to play. So we are facing a lot of challenges. Learners coming up with different projects, but we being the coaches, we may not know everything. But the reason why we come here, me personally, wherever I find an opportunity for learning, I go there. So my appeal to all of us, if you have something that you know, we can even say, the other man, you go there to help rural what? Because environment is too rich. The environment which is here is not environment where I am. But we face a lot of challenges. But me personally, I want to really appreciate it because you motivated a small thing to be done, even to get exposed. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Paul Mboya Jabuya, and I work with Kawa. I love participation and sharing knowledge, and I want to start from what is just presented. And also we had a request of ICT being compulsory, correct? Now, as a teacher, I would want you to use that word teacher as a title. But your behavior should not be of a what? Of a teacher. Don't be the title. We start from there, correct? Let that be a role and a title, but be an instructor and a facilitator. And we are at a point where we have CBC going on, so it gives you a very nice opportunity. Now, there is this fear of saying, I don't know. When you take the role of the teacher and it gets into your head, it shows that you have to be superior to the students, correct? That is the beginning of the problem. Because you will now fear challenges. Be an instructor and be somebody who guides the students, with room of also being able to learn from them. Because from the previous slide, we learned of those who will be ahead. And it is not ahead that they are challenging you. It's only that they have an interest area that is beyond your normal time limit of work for you to be able to explore. So you give them an opportunity to share. And the secret for you to learn of what they know is not to tell them to teach you. Be present and tell them to tell what? So you must have nice language of quickly grabbing what they have said and you do a proper summary as a senior. Okay? Without having the fear that you do not know that particular area. You should be able to master and be able to summarize and be the one who guides on the information that they have. And the learning also has to change. Turn, twist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. We can sit. Now, you know we have been mentioning about ICT has made you move to places, correct? While being in the place where you are. So I want us to break order. We get an insight of what we're talking about in ICT. So that you see this real thing, or you can be able to have an adventure without leaving your school. Do you want to get there? Then I will continue. I will continue to this. And right now we are using 2 computers with 1 power projector. And all these are part of the things that we're talking about. Always find out. And by the way, ICT things you learn in the night. Did you ever know that? Did you ever know that? Yeah. You learn ICT things at what? Night. At night. So once you good enough, even the president said, Sanja, kuna what? Kuna kulala. Okay, so I'm going to use a tool. I'm thinking very few of you might be knowing it. You know Google Maps, And now we want to use Google Earth. We now want to use Google Earth. Where would you want us to see? To start with? One person? Karuma. Karuma? Yes. Okay. Another person? The Parliament of Uganda? Yeah. Okay. So let's see. The basement. The basement. The problem with the basement is that we only see what they show us. We don't know the location. But it is interesting. Maybe soon we will know. Maybe soon we will know. Okay, so let's explore Earth. Good. So Karuma Falls, in Uganda. See what it will show us. Okay. This is Karuma village. Is it the place? 9. Isn't it the one? Victoria 9. Let's see if we can have the street view. No street view. So we can be able to see this, but it doesn't provide the street view. I wanted a place where we can be able to see a very good street view. Parliament of Uganda. Are we there? Isn't this the place? Isn't it the one? It's the one. And this is the one that is under construction. This one here. Not so. So let's see from the street. We see the street here. We can stand from here. And we can move on this road here.
Members, for those from geography background, there's a lot to do with geography. But we also need to do activities which are going to make impact in the school. You have internet. So is there a way you can take the ICT club, not you, but the ICT club, before they practicing this Google Earth, how they can be able to show places. The good thing is that a good number of schools now have projectors, they have screens. So we agree as an activity, part of what you can do to popularize the ICT and the internet in the school is by bringing the rest of the learners, supported by the club, be site viewing. Site viewing. For example, geography deals with mining, Kilimba rice scheme, all those, all the syllabus. I saw in this school on a noteboard, you had put all the list of topics for each department, and I was interested in the geography side. So these are some of the things I was seeing. So we are going to agree here that one of the areas of integration is popularize the Google Earth. Google Earth, I think there are also skills of even in mapping. Yeah, there's a lot. Some people even pay the annual living given out of naming places. Yeah.
Now, are you seeing the difference? Remember we were in Dubai? Now we are what? In Germany. We have just seen the aerial view. So let's go and see the streets of Dubai. The streets of Dubai. And why people can afford to eat their passport and remain there. Have you heard of those scenarios? You eat your passport so they cannot say where you're coming from. You can't be deported. Let's see. Because for you to be deported, they must know the country where they're taking you. If they don't know, if they don't know,
they leave you there.
Yeah.
But they leave you in the basement.
So people eat their passports, people destroy them. See. All this from here to here is an entire what? And I guess this is just probably the smallest. This is inside the town, inside the city. This must be the smallest road. I'm very sure.
And they have small cars.
This one tells you the reality of things in some of these places. But the whole point is to bring out the excitement and reality of these tools. Now let's go back. Now I know you have the edge. After this, you will disturb your computers. Now, hey, the Moses, yes, that one I was doing presentation for the other slides. Now, we are now going to the next step of now saying we now know the role of you now know your role as a patron, right? To guide, to do all those other things that we have already mentioned, and you're now looking at the club structure, where we're now saying you cannot work alone. Even all these things that you're talking about, you cannot be able to do them alone. You need a structure that you can be able to use. And you're now starting with the club patron now where you belong. If you're a teacher, well and good. The rest of the school is very lucky, because you have the budget. If you're not the head teacher, you have to make sure the head teacher is your what? Your friend. When you grow some peanuts, next time you come with 1 kilogram, and then you tell me, say, teacher, there's some 1 kilogram here you can take home. But our screens are not very good. You know what that means? The use of the informal communication, because you have to make sure that you prepare a ground for some of these things. Then you also have to have the chairperson, and they should be empowered. And part of the package that we have prepared is that you have a draft constitution for your school. And depending on the environment, this constitution and the documents that you use for your structure will be adjusted based on your school. You might find a school where you do not need the vice chairperson. You can drop them. You need the two. You can add, depending on the structure that you need. So we already have a material that will guide you on this. And when we are launching the ICT clubs, we also provided them. Now, a lot of the tools that we'll be giving you will be digital. So please don't expect too much of printed material. And you know, because it is not tangible, when it is sent to you on email and you forget, you will simply say, we were not what? So please remember that a lot of material that we'll be sharing will be in digital format. Then you have a secretary who will support you with documentation. Like now we are putting a lot of pressure. Have reports, share information. Don't be the one to struggle to do that. Let the students also be able to learn on how they contribute and guide them. Tell them today we have finished activity, we have already launched our club, or we had an assembly announcement. Can you do a summary of the assembly activities? Take a photo and then share with us so that you can be able to put it on a newsletter and tell other people as well. Then the treasurer, support the treasurer to be able to do the budget. If something broke down, every time something has broken down, right, what broke down, how much it costed you. Now, budgeting sometimes is very hectic, but I'm coming up with an hypothesis that can help us do a budget. Initially, don't write out the budget. Write what you spend on preparing or maintaining the activities. But if you have enough time, you can then look at everything that is damaged, cost, what it will take, including transport, and the person you're supposed to pay if you're paying them, or small labor that will remain for the people who are working. If it is the students who are good enough to do it, buy them some soda because it is very school. But you budget it, correct? Then you write the total amount, and then that is what you provide it. But you have to have it within the club as well. Then lastly, technical and publication what? Or publicity team, so that you can be able to share this information. So you have all this as part of your club, the leadership structure, and then the records that you're supposed to maintain. Please maintain club members as well, so that 3 years, 15 years down the road, we can know who was the chairperson. We cannot claim to be digital, and then when they come to ask you who was the chairperson 13 years back, the school has no memory. Yeah? But you can be able to keep that record. The other way you can also make sure that this record is kept in the students management system. If your school already has one, make sure you have also roles of the co-curricular activities of the students and the class also added in there. Our report cards never mention whether one is a head boy, a club chairperson, or things like that. They don't include, right? But is there a mistake of including it? There is no mistake, correct? So instead of issuing certificates all the time and they cannot be able to state, you can also have something there and innovate your report card for your students. Isn't that innovation? Isn't it an innovation? Not all innovation must be chips. You do a chip, you do a motherboard, and then we are struggling that we cannot innovate. That might also be an innovation that you can consider for your students, for your school, and be able to show them. So now we're talking about computer lab maintenance. The first enemy is always money. Huh? Yes. Seems you are agreeing. What's the problem at the school? The first problem is what? Money. But the former minister said, colleagues, money will what? So let's now look for the money. So when you're talking about maintenance, maintenance seems to be a word that comes after an activity has happened. But we can have maintenance before the damage also happens. Preventive, okay? So preventive, we need to look at the point of the machine itself, and the life of the machine, and where it is kept. There's always that safety, first of all. I'm seeing here they've done very well. The grills are there. I even peeped up there and I saw the grills up there. Because you know, some people might decide to use other means of accessing the labs, correct? So they've done some protection, even the camera is there. So we have the physical, what you'd consider as physical for preventive. Then you will also have other measures that come when there is an incidence of a damage that happens. So let's have consideration of those layers. So access to the door, reducing the dust because you don't have probably a blower in the school. Make consideration. If you have to have the students leaving the shoes outside to reduce the mopping of inside here, the better for you. So that you can reduce on the challenges of the dust issues in the computer. And you know what dust will also do to your machine and why it is important to keep it. The more you have layers on some of the places that need to disperse heat from the machine, the more the layers they have, the more heated they become. Because now the surface is not clean enough for the heat to be dispersed. The more heated it gets, it will get damaged. Before you know it, some short circuit somewhere and here and that, and you have problems. So then it will now it will affect you, and then it will increase the cost of maintenance. Now, the issue of money, and this is now where we have to get creative as clubs. And I talked about the school community. Help the club leadership, the student leadership, to have in-school activities. And what can some of these in-school activities be? Get your support staff. Let the students show them, even if it is how to change their WhatsApp profile image. It is good enough. Okay? Even just to be able to type one document. It is good one. Because tomorrow, they will also want to check their balance of mobile money. Even using USSD code, how to check balance of airtime. That one is also good enough because it is a computer. It's also what? Computer. So even if you just have a session with them on how to use mobile money and other products about mobile money, star 1685 hash, star 165 hash, all those. Do you know that you can be able to buy airtime from MTN? You know that one? Star 252 hash. You know it? You can even pay for Leica from mobile money. All those shortcuts. Even if you have a session with them, it will be very good. But not for what? They rather come with 1,000. Hey! So that you learn how to value your time and you also learn how to value your what? Skill. They may not have the 50,000, the 300,000, but at least they can have the 2,000. Tomorrow you go to church and you have a projector. They are singing hymns, but there is no place of showing people which hymn is being what? So the one who is leading the mass or the service is saying we are in hymn number 181? 9. I don't know the number. And everybody just imagines 181. The school can decide and talk to the priest and say, we will bring a projector and a computer, correct? Just give us 5,000. Day one it can be free. If people enjoy it, you come with what? 5,000. After mass, when people are still moving around, you put an educative cartoon and you tell the mothers, please tell the children to come with 500 shillings and learn something new. You collect it and take it to the what? Club. But you must have procedures of governance of how to arrange that money. Otherwise, one person might also pocket it. So it teaches you a lot. There's also governance involved. So that's what we have done. The weekly checks, daily checks on the computers. When you're coming in, what do you do? When you're leaving the lab, what do you do? We have prepared for you a checklist on some of the things that you need to pay attention to in terms of managing and maintenance. On weekly checks, what do you do? Is that the time when you do the mopping in the lab? Is it the time when you'll be having at least once a time members meeting and update them on what is going on, learn from each other and things like that? So you can be able to do that. Then, proper use of ICT. Permission. You don't just walk in and out of the lab, you do not even know who went there, something is lost and you cannot be able to trace it. You know? Food and drinks. Don't take them to the lab because the next thing that you'll be crying for is fumigation. And other than fumigation, I will come with a bottle of water with misbehavior and pour it on the keyboard. And then I keep quiet. It happens to 3, 4, 5 keyboards and then the head teacher also tells you we don't have a budget for new keyboards. Before you know it, you can't use the lab. Alright? So those particular things are very important. Ports and cables. Moses gave an example of these cables and how they use and and the danger, all the damage that can be done. Pay attention to that. Files and settings, deleting files and records. Now there are points where you now need to talk about, this one brings an element of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity starts from you being able to just lock the what? Computer. The computers allow different types of users. You know that? The admin and then the student what? Users. So if possible, have a password for the admin and then the one for students can be free. So they cannot install anything without the permission. Cybersecurity and protecting files. Faults, report problems immediately, do not hide them. So when issues arise, when students come in, if they have an issue, and you can do it tactfully because some of them will fear to have blame, correct? So the first thing they do before the computer that you have, please check that everything is working. Is the mouse okay? Is the keyboard okay? Is the screen working? Is everything okay? If not, let us know which computer it is, and you can be able to record that. By the time you're leaving, make sure you also follow up, have a checklist when you're leaving. Switch off, ABCD, XYZ. The LED light is off, and then we know that it is confirmed. Then security, locking the lab, control access, cameras, I'm seeing they already exist, burglar proof. We had some people also lost computers, which is unfortunate. So you take care of those areas. Now, show, then let them do. Now, this is now the procedure of working, or learning. Do you know you can teach someone to do something without you being able to do it? Is it possible? An example is the football coaches and the management. There are some who have never gone into the pitch. Is it a lie? But then they have the best players. They have the best players. So you can also be able to take that, have deep interest, know what is expected of the outcome, and the procedures to achieve the what? The outcome of what they are learning. And that's what you pay attention to. The process. So that you don't get bogged down of you doing it all the time. Show them the process and what they need to do in between to achieve the outcome. That's what you show, then let them do. Then correct, shut down. We're now talking of the procedures of what they need to be able to achieve. Safe cleaning of the keyboard, the mouse. Some schools even have the drawers for the lab, right? Yeah, you can be able to use that. And some of these procedures you can even teach them to the local leadership in the district or even in the sub-county. There are some that have computers. You can even ask for the students to help them in maintenance if you know, guide them. But you tell the chairperson to do something. And you know how you help him to do something? For you to get a budget, eh? Because the always complain there is no money. If you drink 2 bottles of beer, that evening you spare one for the chairperson. Then you tell them tomorrow we are coming to repair your computers. First level checks on issues of no power. These are now troubleshooting. How do you check these areas? Blank monitor, what should you check? Keyboard and mouse, slow computer. Sometimes the computer may be slow, but you're not even aware that the RAM is removed. Some people remove them. So you check attention on those areas. No internet. Is it the cables? Is it that data is not there? Or the router itself is off? Then the mouse and how you can take note of that. Okay. And how you can take note of that. So, those are critical for us to be able to know. When you're talking about maintenance, you need to have SOPs, the operating procedures of when you get into the lab, when you're leaving the lab, your daily routine, your weekly routine, your monthly routine, what you tell the students, what you tell the support staff, for them to pay attention to, so that it helps you out. I'm already told that we need to increase our sugar levels. So I'll request to stop and ask
if at all there is anything not really going well, please don't keep quiet. You just put up your hand and then we'll make sure we'll try within our means to make sure that we provide the best that we can. It's time for breakfast. Thank you so much, our teachers. I believe it's sincere, just as the head teacher said, that once we attend such sessions, it may not necessarily even be only this one, but we can never leave the way we came. I'm believing there is so much that is really changing around us. Probably there are even things that we've been doing but not realizing how very, very important and unique they could be. So it is now that they are trying to pull out a few things here and there that then we are realizing that we've been interfering with them, working around them, and we did not know how very important such kind of things could be. It is time for our break tea. However, right now, let us start with a high table. Take.
We are going to do a prayer. You can stand. God Almighty, we want to thank you and everyone to bless our breakfast that we are going to take. May you give it as a gift in our body and then as a blessing in where we are going to do. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Amen. So.
This is what we discussed as a group. The first thing we found out that to keep our club active, number one is to create what is called a weekly meeting. Here is whereby you shall set maybe a day like on Wednesday or weekends for our club activities where our club members will meet and discuss on what to do. Then another thing that we can keep it active is we should always encourage what is called peer-to-peer interaction. Here is whereby a member in this club can share what he has created or innovated with another member within the club, such that it can create that act of continuity. They can also share it with other school, like in the school day, whereby people can get to know what is happening in the club. Then another thing to keep our thing active is that we should also do what is called benchmarking. Here is whereby our school can visit maybe another school in another district to see what is happening in that place, and we can also cooperate together. In turn, also the other school can also come and see us in our club, what we are doing, what is not going on right, and we can advise ourselves very well. Then another thing to keep our club that we have agreed that is to do what is called inter-school or inter-regional competition. This one creates motivates the learners to go on with the project. And here we shall have what is called rewarding, because when a club goes and wins something and is rewarded, so it means that even other people or other members in the club will become active and will keep the group doing what? Moving. Then another thing is to market the club, like talking more about the club to the stakeholders, HM, district education officers, and other people concerned, such that they can help to build the club and keep it going. Some that I've not, my colleague can add on where we are stopped.
Thank you. After coming up with a plan on what we are going to do, does not mean that we shall be successful in everything. In that, this will now be our checklist. Did we meet? Did we achieve what we planned? If not, we can come back and create or re-plan. Because these challenges are part of the what? And all this we are doing it outside the teaching. We are in class, we are waiting for you know what, but we wanted to come up with this. So in the case the learner, we did not come up with an output. We now come and interact. We can go to my peer. Peer, we are now bringing in both the learner and we, the patrons. I'm at Gulucheke, I can go to Bulambuli, and then I ask. And that is now output and creation will come Then from there, we shall come to report. This reporting can be in two ways. Either as a successful project, we can celebrate together, or it has challenges. Maybe after meeting like this, the critiques we shall get from the audience, it will now be our basis of improvement. Now maybe after reporting, we can recognize and then we can also improve. That's what we have come up with. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We will not have any questions for now because of time. Group 1. So party chairperson, then the secretary also make a contribution. I also wish to see how he was splitting your duties.
My name is Matala Tausi, ICT teacher, Mayuge Hill SS. I'm the secretary of the group 1. And here is my secretary who is going to present what we discussed as a group.
What of your secretary?
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to everybody. I'm Voice of Mali from Namtuma district, Kangu Moises. We are here to present, to share on how to make our ICT clubs active. And this is what we have come up with as group 1. Under planning, we said we can probably look at registering members in the club, that we can move on with members who are already identified. Then we also looked at establishing the club leadership. This is all about now launching and getting the leaders of the club, where we have the chairperson, up to the publicity. Then we also looked at drafting the worker plan under the planning part. The worker plan that we are going to follow is a termly or yeah. Then we also looked at drafting a tentative financial or operating budget to enable us to achieve what we want to achieve. And when we looked at the meeting part of it, we also looked at drafting a timetable when for the club meetings, club activities, and so on. So we have to draft a timetable for that. Then we also looked at meetings, designing meetings for different projects to be performed by the club. And we also looked at very many things, but because of time, I want to look at the creative part of it. Here we looked at creating projects like the actual, the physical, the output out of our club. And here we looked at creating projects like designing calendars, designing postcards, designing, creating a website for the school, flyers, banners, etc. Then we also looked at the reporting part of it, where we said we can report our efforts. For example, through exhibition of the projects or our products, we can report through exhibitions, through trade fairs, and so on. Then we can also look at reporting about the achievements and the challenges, either to the administration or to the different stakeholders. Then we also looked at reporting how the club is progressing. That's the actual progress of the club to the different stakeholders. Then when you looked at the other part of recognizing, this one now we looked at how we can recognize different people in our club, where we have the learners, we have the patron, and even almost the entire school, all the different stakeholders. So we looked at awarding those outstanding club members who are actually who have excelled more than others. So we can recognize them in different ways, either by giving them certificates and even different means of awarding them. Then we also looked at still recognizing we have the slow runners. Sometimes we used to call them slow runners, but we use the word moderate or time takers. We can also recognize them by possibly regrouping them or by giving them a platform, also show what they can, because when you give them a platform, you realize that they can show you something which is very unique from different groups. So we can also recognize them by sometimes giving them a platform or by carrying out regrouping. Then we also looked at recognizing the administration, because all in all, the administration plays a very key role. So at a certain point, we have to recognize the administration. In most cases, they are the funders, so we have to recognize them by appreciating them. Then when we looked at the part of improving, we said the improving part, we are looking at now, looking at the areas we have already looked at, where we have failed, we revisit them. So we looked at revisiting those areas which have completely not yielded success. We looked at improving on time management, because we understand time is very important in each and everything. Then we looked at improving on the funding part of it, because we know finance is a problem, which is a major factor. So we have to improve on funding, either by improving on their lobbying skills as the project or as the club members. Then we also looked at the improvement on engagement with the administration as well as the community members. Remember, that is what we had as far as Group 1 is concerned.
Thank you. Group 4. Chairperson.
Let's see my stickers.
Okay. Protocol officer. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Marina Samuel. I'm part of Palamsi, all the way from Katakpiti School. So we are here to present the Group 4 on how to keep ICT clubs active. So one of the ways we can keep the ICT clubs active is by putting in place a very active leadership in terms of the chairperson, the secretary, treasurer, and who will work with the patron in order to promote, to make the club active. The other one is regular meetings. So these regular meetings can be with different categories. It can be with the administration, with the club members, and other partners like the community members. So those regular meetings can make the club very active throughout. So then the third one is administrative support. You know, all in all, for the club to be very active, we need the involvement of the school to support in any possible way. It may not be in that how we may expect, but whatever collaboration with others. So like now we have come here as a department. So if we continue networking, I believe, we believe that our ICT clubs will be very active in different schools where we have come from. The other point is motivation. You know, motivation cuts across. And you know, sometimes when you look at motivation, I know for us we may look at the terms of monetary aspects. But you just imagine your boss or your head just got to do something with the learners and tells you, oh, well done, continue. So I believe you as a teacher will continue working very hard, and you will always have energy to do the right thing, to do the work. Even the parents, the community, if they get the school doing such, you will find, first of all, you as the partner, then the club members will always remain. They will be recognized in the community. So we also have another one, which is planning. And when you are making a plan, the plan must be smart. So don't make a plan which you will not be able to achieve. It should be measurable, it should be specific, it should be time-bound. So if you have a smart plan, I believe the ICT club will always remain active. Also, for the ICT club to remain active, we as the patrons, plus the leaders of the ICT club, we try as much as possible to use the available local resources so that we don't get stranded on the way. There are so many available resources which we can use within our means. So, and the learners will also get motivated that even after school, I can also use the opportunity which I have at home, at workplace, to earn a living. Lastly, on my side, and give the chairperson to add on something. We also encourage continuous professional development. Like now, we have come here. I believe we cannot go back when we are the same. Personally, I'm encouraged. I believe this one will make the ICT clubs very active. So I request the chairperson to add something. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much. I still apologize. My name is Elijah. I'm a veteran for ICT Club in Auto Chakra, Sambuye. As I conclude, I've also looked at government intervention and support, because we already talked about failure to source some of the materials that you can use for making our ICT clubs running and effective. And we have already found out that some of the answers is by connecting with the various government agencies. So we've also found that is really a very good practice. If we want to make our clubs lively and active, we need to ensure that government intervention is also taken into consideration, as well as support. And then mentorship, as I conclude. Members, remember in the introduction, they say that we are mentors, one of our roles. So we don't need to forget our roles. Whichever step that our students take, we need to support them. Don't discourage the learner by telling what you're doing will not succeed, just stop there. So give them guidance, mentor them and show them that at least when you do it like this, when you continue like this, you will come up with the results. So mentorship is one of the active ways that we can be able to keep the ICT clubs active in our schools. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
My name is Mutalia Isaac, ICT teacher, Green Hill College, Kamuli. And these are our findings on the planning. So on the planning, we planned to have those engaging activities, like to engage the members in hardware maintenance and the software and coding, then community projects like inviting external visitors to voluntarily train them with the ICT skills, and we plan to use that as a source of funding, some little money for the skills we are voluntarily giving, because that little money can't even be as worth it the services which we would be giving. Then we plan to have benchmarking with some other schools. That's with the ICT clubs in other schools. Then we plan to have internal club competitions. We group ourselves in the club. Then these club groups come up with the projects. Then we compete internally. Then in keeping the club relevant in the school, we came up with forming a website, creating a website, and this website we shall be engaging other clubs to feature on our website, so that they can also have sections in our website as we publicize it to the other community out there. Then for the meetings, we plan to have one meeting per month for the general meeting of the club members and the executives. Then that's all. Maybe the chairperson.
Thank you, members, for listening to us. I'm Manuel Jos. I'm from Cabramido in a school called St. Thomas Dance SS. So much has been said by my secretary, but all in all, when you look at the ICT club to effectively be running, you need engagements. As he put it right, you need to be engaging, frequent engagement in meetings with these people. Maybe on the reporting, I didn't hear him talking about reporting. Reporting here, we are going to gather experiences. Members come, they share their experiences with you, what they have been going through, the challenges they have been encountering, like that. As you gather this, then you use it to improve on your feedback. Then lastly, maybe on the aspect of recognizing members, recognizing here, you should do not only base maybe on awarding them the certificates, but you can also recognize them for the far they have gone. Because when you started this, you started without anything. But then, when you reach somewhere, maybe in your second meeting, there is something that they have achieved. So you also recognize them for that, plus other ways. So then therefore, plus what I've said and what we have shared, I beg to stop this.
Thank you. Good. 3. You people are very good. So let me give you 2 secrets of this thing. Secret number 1. Hide this. How many points do you see?
5.
There are 5. Correct?
Yes.
When you put these 5 points and you put timeline to them, you have already finished the plan. So the plan is putting this, the things that you will do in these areas, put timeline to them, the plan is finished. Secret number 2, we go there. Now, by the time you now start having those weekly meetings, you are implementing anything in these areas, correct? In those weekly meetings, you will be looking at your achievements or failures, right? The moment you write those things together and put them down, you're already implementing what? Good. By the time you come to look at improvements, you know what you'll have done? In NGO, they call it monitoring and evaluation. Complete. So you might be learning a new skill that is preparing you for the next job. But if I was the teacher, I would make sure I increase your tea time so that you remain in my school. Have you seen those points? So point number 1, when you're doing the plan, hide this term. What? Plan. Write down these activities with their timeline. By the time you're done, your plan is what? Your plan is ready. Then when you're doing weekly meetings, you're looking at, okay, so we said we are meeting weekly. Week 1, did we meet? It is a what? Tick. Week 2, did you meet? You say no. When you're looking improvement, what should we do so that we don't miss a meeting? You're already implementing M and E. So this approach already has M and E in it embedded. Daily activities, monitoring, it's there, okay? Reporting, it's here. When you're looking at improvement, it means now you have checked your plan and whatever that you say, it is not attained. And then you talk about improvement, correct? So the M and E is already hidden inside this. Then as you are presenting point number 3, I noticed something that is very interesting. We mentioned things like writing letters, collaboration, right? Do you still have, is it called SST? In primary. What is it in secondary? An equivalent? History. The other one is geography, the other one is what? I want something that deals with local leadership. It is history. CRA. So now let's put it. What? Good. Political education. The day you are going to meet the LC chairman in your monthly meetings, you remember? Carry the history teacher and you tell them, you come and see what your people are doing in practice. The day you are writing a letter to the head teacher, you come and tell English teacher, you come and assess what your students are doing according to what you taught them. Then we are now integrating these things in real life to your advantage as well. Moses, don't show the website?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So let's see that. Yeah, so you will be given, I think when we are done, when you create the group, we can add this link in that group. In fact, even in the current group, it's only that we don't want others to wonder what it is. But we will add it in the group for the Eastern region, and you'll be able to see and you can access the materials. Yes, so this is the National ICT Club, national, that even UCC knows about. So we'll be able to have resources, ICT Club tools. If you go there, you'll find all these materials that we're talking about. All of them are here. And anytime you need clarification, please do not hesitate to make a phone call or even a WhatsApp. Do not hesitate. So we're talking about ICT Club in rural schools. Again, we are categorizing and knowing those environment. Key skills to be attained. The battery is off. General outcomes and specific outcomes of ICT clubs, digital marketing, cyber security. Cyber security starts with even just putting the password. Even just locking the door. Knowing who came into the lab. All that forms part of cyber security. Let's just go up a bit. So we have, so robotics, we have something mentioned there. Strategies for ICT club sustainability in schools. Strategy 2, develop implementation. Strategy 3, encouraging peer learning. We mentioned of peer learning and you have it in the plan, right? Continue. Long-term sustainability past one academic year. If you are sure that you'll be in that school for 3 years, you have a strategic plan. Yeah? You tell one head teacher our strategic plan for the next. The teacher will say, I need to change my language. Hey. And you make sure that the DSO is around. During the how do you call it? The school days, when they are doing the rewards. You also say as a club, if other club teachers are sleeping, you take over the opportunity. As a club, these are 3 years strategic what? Yes. So that they can see that there is real learning in the school, not just passing exams. Provide access to online courses and offline. So all the resources are here. Please make use of them. Make use. Anything that is not clear, we clarify and make sure that it's one. Other than that, let me hand over to Moses probably to wrap up, and then we will invite our next guest. This is where you clap for the facilitator. Moja, mbili, tatu. Count.
Thank you. Yeah,
thank you very much.
Guided us well that we were able to count and clap. Members, within the house, we have our chief guest from the Uganda Communications Commission for recognition. Yeah, the regional manager, UCC, representing the executive director. He'll be coming in to give a speech and also award the certificates of attendance. You know, this running, it's important that you get a reward, a certificate. I know what a certificate can do. Some of you may not know. But you may be competing somewhere. That certificate alone makes you different from the other. You have all got 92%. But produce this certificate, you go to 92.4% and you are ahead of that. So this is a kind of support we have to give you. And in the next workshop, again, you'll get a certificate. And you'll be better. As we support you, you also go back and support the ICT Club. We would like to see the ICT Club where they shine in. Let's give a mighty hand clap to UCC. Yeah, this is a very big initiative. So many initiatives have been coming, supporting communities at different levels, but this one touches the learners. And the learner may be your child, so you don't think that the other learners are learners. It touches all of us as parents. We all benefit from this. So I just want to highlight slightly something small about this. Yeah, with the funding of UCC, we're able to have a main website. It's a good one. All the resources are there. And we have been using this to give you also a subdomain. I think yours was coming up. SS. A number of other schools. We give you a subdomain and your learners are able to create their own website. bukaluseed.ictclub.ug or kashiagirlss.ictclubs.ug. So you have your ICT club website shining and people read about you. It becomes a bit annoying when we are looking for your school. And then you Google it, you don't see it. Then you reach a certain city like Mbale, then you have to call, then they direct you that you board the vehicles coming to Silompo, you board those ones. Then you reach there, cross this, then you cross this river, then you cross this. Simply put your school on the Google map. A few skills that you should gain before you go back. Make sure that you don't keep waiting for domain, is it, to be online. There is what you call Google Sites. GoogleSites.com. 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 You're already there. Google Sites. It's just a website. You fit in your school, your club, put in your club, put in the activities, put in all these plans you are doing, Google Sites. Maybe you can use the Jinja Chrome so that it doesn't try to sign in. Google Sites, it's a good way. These are sites which are provided by Google, free of charge, so that at least your school, your learners are present. We'd like to see the club president, the patron, and all those members there. So we have gone through a number of this. From this workshop, you should go back and do something. One of the key things you should do is that Google site. We see the school, we see all, it's a website actually, given to you by Google, hosted by Google. Nobody will ask you for
sites. Yes, Google Sites.
Yeah, Google Sites. Google Sites.
Continue, I just want to show you something. Just continue.
The sites.google.com. It's a Google site. Yeah, I'm telling you, even if you want to learn web design, blogging, also use blogger.com. Yes. For us, how we learn, before using WordPress, use blogger.com. As long as you have Gmail, you're already there. You sign in with your Gmail, it will give you a template where you'll blog, where you'll do a post, where you'll do a page, and you can redesign it. The learners can shine to a good level. Yeah, bloggers there. It's a good one. Publish your passion, your way. Create unique and beautiful blog easily. Have you heard of bloggers? My friend, this time we're very cool. Bloggers. Bloggers are the key influencers now. So let your school learners be the bloggers now. Use that, it's important. I'm telling you, hit so big because those who will evaluate you will not even have to come to school first. They can just check online. Your blog is there. Your children are being seen by what they are doing. A lot of things will be shown and you will be able to see what is going on. Some of the resources, pick me the magazines there on the table. We have tried to practice what we teach as leaders in training ICT clubs. We also have some magazines which are also downloadable on the ICT club website. Yes, there are these magazines. We're going to feature stories from your schools. For example, Bridging the Digital Divide, providing basic computer skills training for all community members. A good one. You can download it free of charge from the ICT Club website. The printed copy, besides just a few. We try to see how to economize. With IT, you are supposed to be efficient. produce more, don't spend a lot of money. Yeah. ICT club, computer lab maintenance, equipment repair, and equipment repair. So yeah, these are resources. So we are going to be creating this, but not only us. No. You have a lab, isn't it? You have the internet. Why should we again expect? We should also come and then you say, you also present in one of the wiki or one of the workshops online, isn't it? Your children should be able to stand up and say, as the kick SS, okay, we've been able to get this, for example, tips on successful running of an ICT club. Good one here. Yes. And it's downloadable and it can go far, can make a bigger impact. You know the power of internet. When something is online, you are able to search it and you get it easily, okay? So these magazines are available, but you are going to download them on the website. You just have a look at them, you leave them here. Yes, another innovation that for us as Kawa, we have put up a radio station. The voice of learning is not a radio like these other radios. It is learning, actually support innovation. You can pick it right now, it's running online. Yeah, because when you talk about innovation, for us who are reading, who are talking to you, isn't it? You don't just come there and then you see us and we just talk, we are very creative. We are in two areas. Radio, where we talk to you and we are recording stories from your schools so that we can encourage the rest of the country by talking, instead of people listening to only musical. We play some nice music also, but we talk to head school leaders, talk to teachers. So the voice of innovation, learning, and transformation, market transformation, that's changing, inspiring schools, empowering teachers, ICT clubs, and you just scan this code here, you'll be on the radio, and we shall be able to move. So those are some of the steps. We also have Kawa Connect, the resource for teaching and learning. Those are innovations. In order to inspire you, we're just using them to inspire you. So that even when we work with the learners, we want to show them that things can be done, that it's possible to do a lot more. So those are some of the things we are doing, and we're just starting, I'm telling you. This is just the 1st of July. We want to collaborate with you, we'll make a program, we continue supporting you. But finally, members, the NCC is around National Conference on Communications, the biggest, funded by the Uganda Communications Commission. Why should you make yourself a minus by not being there? Online, just make sure that your learners have come up with a project that will be able to be shown, okay? So as we continue, we're going to continue, but I just want to allow in our chief guest from UCC, the main funders of this. We are here because of UCC. And we are learning, we are becoming better with the support of the Uganda Communications Commission. The OXAF program is making a very big impact in our community. So he's going to speak to us and also hand over certificates. May not be known to all of you, but maybe just ceremonially, so that we continue. He has a lot of other activities and a lot of other engagements he's handling, but that is how we are going to be learning. Resources are there for you to download, and the support is there. We are a very big team. I will not introduce ourselves at the beginning, but we shall talk about that. But maybe it's important to know a big number of us as the Kawa team, okay? I am Moses Wamanga, senior teacher. I used to be head of the department, but I've also worked with the projects here in Uganda, and right now we run projects with the teams in Ethiopia, the teams in Rwanda. We have done a lot more with Ghana and other organizations. Just a reminder that when our guest speaks at the end, we'll have to say the word, declare the workshop. Close. It is important. So we have a big team. Colleagues are here. Maybe our colleagues come in front just for recognition. We have the team at the Innovation Hub in Kampala. That's where we support innovations from your school level We have even some of the children who go to university, isn't it? We have to continue with them. So we have the team that is doing a lot of transformation. So here, I am Moses Wamanga, Paul Mboya, yes.
Eliano Fred. Geoffrey Kuroba.
Yes.
Katla Daniel.
Yes.
And the others outside.
Yeah, the others outside, trying to serve us. There are also others in the field right now as we try to impact in this Ugandan community. So allow me, ladies and gentlemen, take this honor to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Collins Agaba, to speak to us.
In Agaba, I'm sure I have interacted with some of you, maybe not all of you, but some of you at your schools or at other engagements. Yeah, so I work for UCC. I'm actually the regional manager for Eastern. We work from this side all the way to. I had someone from Kabera Maiba, I think. Yeah, the Eastern Region Office takes care of this whole area. And I believe if we have not interacted, then we should be able to interact at some point. But on the same note, I want to welcome you and thank you for coming, for honoring the invitation from Kawa Africa and UCC to come for this engagement. And I believe you have benefited a lot from it. I have been there listening in, and I looked at your presentations and so on and so forth. And I really see it's something that is, it's something you are doing with a passion, I should say. And for that, we want to thank you and appreciate you. And I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the management of Kawa Africa for the good job they are doing. They did not start today. They have been doing very good work for some time now with UCC, and we thank you very much. We appreciate it. I would like to pass on greetings from my executive director, Mr. Nyobitembo, and the entire management of UCC. They appreciate the work you do and what you do at your schools, and they asked me to pledge UCC's commitment again and again and again with your schools and whenever possible. I was also looking at the website ictclubs.ug, and I think it's a good resource. I just had a small glance at it, and I encourage us to make use of that website. I encourage your students, encourage your people to at your schools to use this site. There are very powerful resources on that website. I will talk about a few things. Someone asked a question earlier while I was seated, I think, about ICT clubs and the support. I would like to say that the support that UCC gives schools still remains the same. For those who don't have computers, UCC will get there. But for most of you, I believe you have received computers from UCC. And even those who have, some have been upgraded. I want to clarify that maintenance is not part of what UCC does, and I believe as ICT teachers, you know that. Maintenance is the work of the school. Then I also want to mention quickly that for those of you who have any computing, are there any who have any computing? Are you having problems with any computing? UCC has partnered with one of our service providers, and they are going to visit each of your schools addressing these problems. So you will, starting this financial year, you're going to see them coming, and they are going to visit all schools that were given any computers, and they'll be able to fix them and provide a solution for you. But moving forward, the computers we give these days, any of you who have new computers, we are doing standalone computers. We are graduating from N-computing because of the problems N-computing has. Then I also want to mention that last year we had a retooling for teachers here in Jinja. I don't know if any of you attended at the source of the Nile, and there will be another retooling this year. We will communicate to you and tell you, give you details of the dates and so on and so forth. It may not be here, it may be in another district, but we'll definitely invite you. Then what brings us here today, the main thing is
line in.
Talking or encouraging you to work on your ICT clubs. UCC has partnered with Kawa Africa in establishing these clubs, ICT clubs. Why do you need these clubs? Mr. Moses talked about NCC. Innovation, very important. You know, we want students who are going to grow up with a habit of innovating. He asked me to share part of my story, which I'll give you a brief. I have been involved, my area is telecommunication, but it's generally ICT like all of us, okay? And I've had people complain, you see, we are not well facilitated, we are not what, but most people I believe who have taken this path in life have taken it because of the passion. Am I right? You know, if you give an engineer a gadget to repair, if it's a TV, I'll give an example of a TV. Those guys who repair TVs. The guy can stay on a TV, working on a TV up to midnight, from morning up to midnight. Why? Not because they've given him a lot of money, he's probably going to be paid 30,000. But he's going to sit on it and make sure it works morning to evening. Why? It's the passion. You look at doctors. Most doctors, if you don't have the passion, you can't handle medicine, can you? You can't see someone comes with a wound torn apart and a doctor will sit and touch, put everything together, and at the end of the day, the person is back. So as people of ICT, we have to have, if you come to ICT just because of the trend and you know you want to be called an ICT guru and so on, then you won't make it to the end. But if you are there because of the passion, I think I'm okay, I'm moderating. Thank you. Because of the passion, then you should be able to move miles. And I would like to encourage us, the students we teach, the young people we are trying to bring up, we should bring them up in that same direction, not just the money. Let the money follow, but first, let them have that originality, okay? I worked, like I told you, my area is telecommunication. And when I joined UCC where I work, initially my job was to do interference, okay? Interference of radio signals and maintenance of the equipment monitoring sites that UCC has. That was my area for some time. And I kept on, you know, moving and graduating. But I'll tell you that there are times we've worked looking for interference. You know, interference is, for those who don't understand it, is if, for instance, there's interference on Airtel's network, then you're not going to see, you just see people complaining, I can't browse, my internet is not working, you know? But there is something in the background that if you don't deal with it, then people will never get that service, okay? They just keep. So someone in the background has to work to ensure they find what is interfering with Airtel's network. And it's not something you see, these are radio waves, okay? And you have to look for them. So what does it take? When your boss tells you, we have interference here, I've had some downtown, around those buildings, downtown, the old park, new park, that whole area, Kampala Post Office. It was, we've done many, but there was one for 5G, in the 5G band, 5G, and it was Airtel. So people were complaining Airtel is losing money and there's interference. So what does it require you to do? It requires you to work in the night at midnight. You start at midnight when everyone has gone to bed and the city is quiet. and everything is quiet. And during that time, the operators have what we call a maintenance window. You can be able to switch off the network. You won't have many complaints. 2, 3, 4. So that is when you'll get out and you're in town working with the thieves, those boys who move around, you know, doing what? Those are the kinds of people you meet. Traders when it comes close at 5, and you're looking for what? Interference. And you're probably not going to get it, the source, maybe for the next 2 weeks. You'll have to do that. Are you being paid for that extra? No. But I will go there, not because someone is telling me to do it, but because I know I have to do it. Why? Because it's my passion. Okay? So I did this for some time. I think even now we still do it. We had one in Iganga for DSTV, those in Iganga. We had something similar, satellite TV. So we still keep doing this. But out of this, what do I gain out of this? The knowledge, the skill, the hands-on knowledge that you can't get at school. It's out of what I was doing that I was able to get this knowledge. It can't be given to me in any other way. I had to get it by doing this work and by researching more about it. And now, he was telling us about NCC. You should encourage the students to participate in NCC. Even you yourself. I have written scientific papers. If you put my name, Agava Collins, my publications, they are there. Where do I get them? From the work I've done. And I go ahead to do mathematical, you know, the math behind it, behind the things, and I'm able to write those papers, and I intend to write even more and more and more. And why do I write these papers? Pass on the knowledge, okay? Pass on the knowledge. I've had people contacting me from, not in Uganda, other countries. Oh, I saw your paper, how did you arrive at this? How did you, I've been invited to attend certain forums of researchers who are working on 6G, the next generation one, blah, blah, blah. Why? Not because of UCC, because of what I have written, the knowledge I have got from it. So, why do I say this? You are the teachers, you are the ones passing on this knowledge to the next generation. One thing I've noticed, I've been able to look at some research papers from university students. Some university. When you look at the paper, all you see is ChatGPT. You know, if someone writes ChatGPT, you can even smell it from a distance. Because there are words that are there. You see, this is not someone's. Okay? You're teaching your students, use this knowledge, but let the students use their heads. Okay? Encourage students to use their heads for research. Let ChatGPT be just support. Let it support. Someone brings, I've innovated, this is innovation, this is what, and all you see is ChatGPT. So what do you do? If we don't stop this, then we are going to kill the originality that we are trying to promote. Okay? So let's encourage originality. Let's encourage the students to innovate, think and innovate. This cycle I saw here, very brilliant. If you follow this, you'll be able to go a long way. These ICT clubs, you don't know what they are going to do if you make them take off. Give them life, and you will see what they will be able to accomplish. Okay? Encourage these students, and if you have not participated in the NCC, like he told us, it's the National Communications Conference. Okay? It's the biggest innovators conference in Uganda. You put your papers there. There are very professional judges who look at this and criticize. Even if you don't win, a judge's criticism, he'll write and tell you, this is ChatGPT. He'll tell you, this is not acceptable. He'll tell you, here you blundered, here you are. You don't know what those comments mean from a professional judge, people who have seen it all. They're going to change these students, okay? Even you as a teacher, if you present your paper, they're going to change you and you keep getting better and better and better. So I talked a lot. I feel I should stop here, but that is my encouragement to us. I hope you were able to. big award on it. So I hope next year we'll have at least a paper or an innovation from each one of your schools. Who can promise that? No one? Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
I will give you some.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Collins. I wish to take this opportunity to make sure everybody shakes your hand as they get their certificate. So we are going to be very quick. Let's create a path here so that if somebody is to come out, they can easily quickly come out. So I'll read the certificate, pass it to Moses, and then Collins will give it to you. You do a handshake and a photo, and then you sit down. So Moses, you can come this side. If I don't read your name correctly, you'll forgive me because I'm human, I'm not an AI. So I'll start with Java William. Please come this side and pass this. Or I think that side is better. Yes, let's come from that side. Let's come from that side. We will see. Yeah, you give Collins. He shakes the hand. Collins to give him.
I think he gives me the...
Yes. Yeah. Handshake with him.
I would like to declare the train closed. Have a safe journey back.
My name is Jinja from St. Peter's Namricha SS. First, I want to thank the Kawa team, UCC, for the opportunity they gave us for this workshop. I've learned a lot. Firstly, I've learned how to maintain the ICT club, how to maintain the computer lab. So, thank you, the Kawa. We shall maintain it and we shall improve everything in our club at school. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Amuzali Richard, Billington College, Buruka, from Jinja district. I want to thank Kawa and UCC for loving our schools and by supporting computers and digital integration. In this workshop, we've been able to learn how to maintain our computers and how we can get learners get involved in maintaining and how to make ICT incredible and innovative even after school. Thank you.
My name is Ndiaba Bernard from Nambu SS, Silango district. I'm very happy for this Kawa's program. I'm very grateful for the Lord. I've been able to get more skills which have been missing in different areas, especially concerning security of the equipments and get new sites where learners can get access to materials and also put their project to work. Thank you very much.
I'm Naman Benjamin. I am ICT teacher at St. Mark's Secondary School, that is Buikwe district. Today I happen to attend the ICT workshop that is organized by Kawa, all about ICT clubs. It was a wonderless session. We learned too much, including computer lab maintenance, and it was a nice experience to share and interact with friends and also look upon the insights about our work and know that challenges I face in my lab, other places have a way they handle them. So it was such experience that made me to learn more and improve my skills.
My name's I am Were Amza from Fumbo Secondary School in Bari district. I'm glad to be part of this workshop. I have learned a lot of skills. I personally have come to understand the basic ways and the practices of planning and an active ICT club in the school, which includes planning, meeting, and the other 4 other steps. As guided, we are going to improve on our planning of ICT. clubs in our schools. Thank you so much.
Second is my name, coming all the way from Blambuli district after Mbale. While I was coming, I was like, hey, one day workshop is going to waste my time, but after the workshop, in fact, it has not been a wastage of time because I've been in position to understand a lot of skills about ICT labs, about the computer lab, how to maintain it, and so on. I want to appreciate UCC and Kawa for making it part to involve even the rural schools such that we can be part of this and we remove what we call digital divide. Thank you so much.
My name is Komera Anna, a teacher of ICT from Mosul Secondary School. I want to start by appreciating my school administration for supporting and funding the means of me coming to represent the school here in PMM Girls School for the ICT Club workshop. And I'm grateful that my attendance here hasn't been a waste of time. I have achieved a lot and I want to appreciate everyone who has participated in this workshop and pray that may God bless you so much. Thank you.
Appreciation to Kawa, appreciation to UCC. This is our seed secondary school. The name is Mr. Lokajud, ICT teacher. I really appreciate the organization for the support given to us as a school. We are equipped with computers, have ICT club working, and we are very busy. The learners are very appreciative because this program has really improved their skills. Thank you very much.
Is Matama Tausi, ICT teacher Maria Hill SS from Maria district. First of all, appreciate Kawa in particular for organizing the workshop of ICT club. I personally was able to achieve something in the workshop of understanding more about computer lab maintenance and maybe the roles of a patron in a school. For example, mentoring learners by guiding them and coming up with different meetings. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm Emmanuel Ojos, ICT teacher from St. Thomas Girls Senior Secondary School, Kabramaido. I want to thank Kawa and also I want to thank UCC so much for having organized today's session where we learned about the ICT clubs. It really helped us so much, and I wish that when we go back, we are going to impart what we learned today to our learners and also make our clubs lively. And thank you so much.
My name is Bubra Rogers, a teacher of ICT from Kamel Kasindi Secondary School. At the PMM Girls School, Jinja City. I take this opportunity to thank Kawa and UCC for organizing this workshop of making ICT clubs active in our schools. And I believe what I've learned in this workshop is going to bring a big change in my school, and I'm going to make sure that the ICT club becomes active, because it has been a little bit not active, but since I've got the basics, so this time I'm going to make sure that learners get involved in the club and it becomes active. Thank you.
My name is Siman Samuel, ICT patron, Palausi Senior Secondary School, Kapaki. So I want to begin by thanking Kawa and UCC for organizing this important workshop. I've learned a lot of things in this training. For example, I know now my roles as the ICT patron, and also how to keep the ICT club very active throughout, and how to maintain and keep the lab well. So I thank everybody who has participated. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Damon Benjamin, ICT teacher and patron at Kaliro High School, Kaliro District. Yes, today we happen to have a workshop at PMM Girls School, Jinja City. And in this part, which was organized by UCC in conjunction with Kawa, we want to appreciate them for the workshop because we managed to learn a lot of skills like how to maintain the computer lab, how to take our clubs to the next level, digital skillings like using Google Sites and how to integrate them in our lessons. We also managed to connect with other colleagues. So we really appreciate for the honor and we hope forward to organize to meet in the next workshop. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My name is Mr. Tekele John from Bududa District, the school called Buducheke Secondary School. I really want to thank the UCC who have been in partnership with the different partners like Kawa, who has come up with the project of ICT clubs in schools. It has brought so many schools on board and any exposure. And as I talk particularly, I want to really thank Kawa for making Buducheke part of the program for national competition. Her purpose is why we here. We have learned a lot of things. One, getting friends. Two, how to maintain the lab. Three, how do we integrate different subjects, colleagues, to integrate the knowledge of ICT. I really want to thank you. Next time, I pray that you bring the program to Bududa so that people can come and also experience the new life in Bududa district.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Gary Moses from Kagwara Secondary School, Red District. Today happens to be the day where we had one of the ICT veterans workshop organized by UCC together with CAW at PMM Girls School, where it wasn't a waste of time. We were able to learn a lot. One, I learned how to take care of my lab. That is in line with the computer hardware, and also the software part. And also, I got a chance to meet with different people from different places where we shared experience that I believe today when I leave this place, I will be an agent of change in my school. And we hope to continue attending this kind of workshops. Thank you. I beg to stop there.
Thank you very much. My name is Solomon from Bureses, Soroti District. I'm happy to be in this workshop, actually I'm happy to be in PMM Girls, where we are having a workshop organized by Kawa. And the workshop was for ICT veterans teachers, and I have learned a lot of things, as the theme says, that as the theme of the day was strengthening the ICT veterans, and actually strengthening the ICT veterans and giving them the knowledge to sustain their labs and also to sustain the ICT clubs in the schools. I've learned a lot of things. One of them is I've learned how to maintain my lab. From today onwards, I'll be able to make sure that my lab is well maintained. I will also make sure that the ICT club is sustainable. The students are engaged in the activities of the club, and the students, by doing that, I'm very sure that the students will gain skills and they will be able to transfer those skills to the real life experience when they finish school. Thank you so much. UCC in partnership with Kawa organizing these kind of activities. Thank you.
Yes, this is Italian Isa, teacher of ICT, Green Hill College, Kamuli. And today we have come at the workshop at Premium Girls School, Jinja. And we have learned how best we can activate our ICT clubs in school so as to integrate the members and feel that IT is the way to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a really wonderful moment to be here. I'm called by the name Anyo Vincent, a teacher of ICT at Obalamasi, that is in Kabelong district. I'm really grateful to be here tonight. It's a great experience to be in PMM Girls, where we had our ICT workshop, and the theme of the training tonight was based on that is maintaining of ICT laboratories and strengthening the ICT clubs at our school levels. It was so interactive and where we learned a lot, and now we are going to implement our project work back with our learners. And what I urge my friends to do is to integrate this with AI and best with our knowledge also as well, so that we come up with the nice project work and skills which can equip our learners. I really want to thank everyone. Thank you for your time.
Once again, thank you so much, members. I want to take this opportunity to give words of praise and gratefulness to Kawa team together with the UCC. We are coming here, colleagues, for professional development, but also to improve education in our communities. I want to say that the work that UCC is doing together with the Kawa, especially Kawa, is so grateful, so great rather, because you are giving us a platform where, one, we are networking together as colleagues in the teaching profession. Two, we are also trying to give a dose of resurrection into the education sector, which we all know that is one of the sectors that is that has been considered as dead in our country. I want to thank you so much, teachers, for sacrificing your time. I want to thank so much Kawa team for sacrificing your resources, the knowledge you put behind this program. May God bless you. May you continue inspiring this nation and building this country. I believe your names will be written on a stone so that the ages will remember. Because even if we passed on today, the generations to come will always see what we did. I'm really very grateful as a teacher. I'm here always and I get inspired and I really get development. So I want to, on behalf of the teachers who are here and our administrators, say that thank you so much for the partnership. May you continue coming to our grassroots, supporting our city clubs and giving us that inspiration. Being a teacher doesn't mean that you know all. We keep learning so that we also keep teaching others. Thank you so much. I have a lot to talk, but because of time, allow me to end here by saying thank you so much, teachers. Let's prepare a really very thunderous 3-factorial hand clap for Kawa team. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, then we give them flowers.